All right, welcome to another episode. It's that early morning episode because I couldn't sleep last night. Of Skyrim with Soto Desperado. And I'm over here at Windhelm. We're going to go ahead and get Big Ward on the line. Big Ward made 3 new videos, and you know I love my Big Ward any time of the day. And we'll go from there. I don't remember what I was supposed to do here. Okay, let me check the map. Oops, that's not what I was trying to do. Oh, talk to Valentino. Did I sell my junk yet? No, I didn't. Let's sell my junk. Okay, so I'll sell my junk first. Anyway, Big Ward's here. Made a new video. Big Ward the Genius. This one is from 19 hours ago, so it's pretty soon. He's been making a lot of videos. It says, Modern Black Church is just another nightclub. Well, the thing is, he's had bad experiences with pastors. I had good experience with pastors and bad. So I've met certain personalities that are very arrogant and can care less about you and your soul. And I've met, I gotta throw this away. Let me throw this away. I've met people that genuinely love your soul, but they're limited because they're way too benevolent. So they're kind of limited in a way. But, you know, I've met both kinds. When it comes to church, it's an organization and you go there and people do things if they're getting something out of it. Like I'm getting pleasure out of making these videos and playing my little video games. So that's why I indulge in it. Otherwise I wouldn't do it. I'd do something else. And that's part of my problem, but it's also the only relief I have sometimes. Anyway, 1 second. All right, so we'll start the video.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Today is Tuesday, August 20th, 2024. I'm back with another episode. Thank y'all for tuning in again. As always, I really appreciate it. And the weather right now is beautiful. It's mild, the temperature is mild. Well, you don't need your AC, but I don't know how long that's going to last. I can feel the fall weather coming. Football season, Roll Tide, who that? The Saints, Alabama Crescent Tide, they're my 2 teams. Rep your team now. Don't wait till the middle of the season and whoever winning, that's your team. I'm a Saints fan in the NFL, and you know I'm an Alabama fan in college. And we're going to win the championship this year and the Super Bowl. I said it here first. So anyway, thank y'all for tuning in. I really appreciate it, right? And where I'm going with this one is, if you haven't heard all of my story, which I haven't told all my story, but I've told the story about back in the 90s, when I went through my nervous breakdown and I fell off and I was doing bad, didn't want to be here, didn't want to live, what have you. I called myself trying the church route because I remember growing up in church and my mom always talking about Jesus and try Jesus and the Lord this and the Lord that, you know. So I said, you know what? Let me try this again. I'm hurting. I ain't got nothing to lose. My life screwed up. I want to change. I want to do better. Sincerely wanted to do better. It wasn't no putting on no show, putting on no act. I wasn't trying to impress nobody. I was hurting. I was dying on the inside, right? Hold on, y'all. Yeah, I was dying on the inside, and I was looking for relief. And what I was doing in life at the time wasn't working. Getting high all the time, not caring about anything, isolating from people. All that wasn't helping. So some said, you know what, give God a try. Not knowing that God was already there. But I was doing it the way I was taught growing up with grandma and them, mama, that, you know, to be about God and giving God some of your time, this, that, and the other, was going to church, right? So I decided I'm going to do the church route, go in here, try to get saved. Hopefully God will deliver me from the pains that I'm experiencing, and God and Jesus, whoever, will make everything all right. This was in like 95, 96. 1995, 96. My mom died November the 1st, 1995. So from that point on, I went on this downward spiral into oblivion. And I reached the point where I was tired of going down and I wanted to try to come back up, try to get it right. So I went to a couple of churches, right, in my neighborhood at the time. And I'm standing up there in front on the altar call. Anybody want to join the church? Anybody want to get saved? Y'all know the routine when you go to church. We're having an altar call. Come up here, get prayed for. And I go up there and see the people getting the oil put on their head. And I see the pastor touching them on their head, and they falling out. And they on the ground shaking and shit, you know. So I'm like, yeah, I'm in the right place. I'm in the right place. And now it's my turn. And I'm getting all excited and happy. I'm finally finished get a breakthrough. A change is finally here. This pastor got power. I'm looking at him, touch folks on the head, and they falling out and on the ground shaking. So he get to me and put a hand on my head. And he pushing me. And he pushing me. And he pushing me. Ain't nothing happening. I didn't know I was supposed to just fall, you know, to make the pastor look good. I ain't into the church routine. I'm thinking it's supposed to something really supposed to came over me and knock me down and fill me with the spirit. I go to shaking too. I didn't know that I was supposed to play along. When he touched me, I'm supposed to fall. I couldn't do that. I couldn't play like that. So that started my journey right there. Or what they call, people that told me a bit, well, you need to find you another church, man. They ain't all churches, you just church hurt. That started my journey of being church hurt. I don't call it church hurt, I call it not falling for the BS. So, as time went on, I went to a couple of more churches, same thing. I told y'all about how I dealt with the pastors that wanted to sleep with me. They wanted to save me, all right? They wanted to save me from being a heterosexual male. That's what they wanted to save me from. They wanted me to become part of the community that they was pretending that they wasn't part of. That they were preaching against every Sunday, just about like they do now. All along, they partaking in the lifestyle themselves. So, I took a break. So I was never going to church no more. Ever again. Now, you know, for a funeral or something. But as far as going in there about trying to find the Lord, I found the Lord in a crack house. I found the Lord, I found my God in the hood. I found my God in the hospital when I was shot. I found my God when I was stabbed and didn't die. I found my God again when I was shot again at point blank range and didn't die. I found my God when I was drowning in a swimming pool and he came and rescued me. I found my God then. Never found him in the church. Never found him in the church. All I found in church was people that were like me or worse than me. I didn't find any good people in church. I didn't find God in church. Not saying there's no good people in church. I ain't been to every church, and I ain't seen everybody that go to church. So don't come to me without. There's some good people in church. God, Big Ward. Now I love the Lord. I ain't talking about it. Y'all know my root. Y'all know my spiel. I'm talking about my experience. I didn't meet any good people in church. As a matter of fact, some of the worst people I ever met was in church. I met a pastor one time that looked at me, and I swore it was the devil staring at me the way he looked at me. A man of God, a pastor. I swore I felt the wickedness in his eyes. He dead now. But I promise you, when that pastor looked at me, the look in his eyes was like I saw the flames of hell in his eyes. A prominent pastor. I saw it. I felt it. I felt the evil and the wickedness in his eyes. A pastor. That's my experience with church. I can't speak for nobody else's experience. That's why you can invite me to your church all you want to. I ain't going. Do I believe and trust in the Lord, my God? Wholeheartedly. I know I wouldn't be here without God. Do I know what the Bible says? Most definitely. Do I agree with everything in it? That's neither here nor there, because y'all know my stance on that. If you don't, I believe the Bible been tampered with. By man. By evil, wicked men. So, I depend on God firsthand to guide me, not a book. Now, with that being said, let's fast forward. I told y'all I wasn't ever going to church again because my experiences with church, my own personal experiences. I've got great experience with God, horrible experiences with church. Let me repeat that. My experience with God is amazing. To the point to where I have no doubt in my mind God is real. My experience with church, horrible. That I have no doubt in my mind that the majority of churches and pastors are full of ish. That's just my view. Now y'all believe, hey, I ain't knocking all Christians with them. If you ever find a real Christian, a true Christian, there's nobody better on this planet than a real practicing Christian. There's somebody that really follow the teachings of Jesus Christ. You'll never find a better person on the planet. Somebody who really follow it. But the issue is, it's like finding Bigfoot. To find a Christian that truly follows Jesus Christ, word for word, action for action, deed for deed. They ain't just running their mouth. So fast forward to the date.
Brother's not
and
wrong,
the reason
really.
for this video. Lately, on my YouTube channel, y'all know I speak highly of God. I give God all the credit for me being here still. I give God all the credit for me not being unalive, deleted. Years ago, I supposed to have been gone for the life I've lived. So I give all credit to my higher power, to my God, for me being here, for my success, for me making it through my failures, for the lessons I've learned, for the man that I've become. I give all props to my God. It is not me. I'm not some great dude. I call myself Big Water Genius on YouTube. That was a name that my God told me to call myself for whatever reason, I don't know. That's how I came up with the name. It wasn't me. What I know is through what God showed and teach me, not through the greatness of Big Water. So I just want to make sure y'all understand where I'm coming from when I say my relationship with God is solid. Hold on, y'all. Sorry, y'all, I had to move the truck. Y'all know how that goes. Fortunately, I'm at work, so I'm having to do that. Thank God. So anyway, fast forward to the day. Hopefully I ain't left nothing out. Fast forward to the day, right? And y'all hear me talking about my God, giving my God credit for where I am, this, that, and the other. So a lot of people now, again, as have always for the past few years, when people hear me talk, they're like, man, you got a good relationship with God or whatever. And so they think, they don't know what I got, but people think by listening to you talk, how you live, how you act, whatever, that, you and God rocking with each other, right? So what they'll do is, man, I like what you were saying. I'll be at the barbershop somewhere talking and people be listening. I like what you were saying, man. I want to invite you to my church. You need to come to my church. My pastor did that and other. My pastor such and such and such and such. I have people on here that email me, invite me to their church. For some reason, a lot of people feel the need to want to get me into their church. And I say no. Because I go to the club every weekend. Not every weekend, let me stop. I still go to clubs. I still go out. I still kick it. I'm still in the world, as they say. I'm still out here in the world, what church folk call the world. In other words, I'm still amongst the heathens. I'm still amongst the sinners. I'm still amongst whatever you call it, whatever other word they want to call us. When you're not in church claiming to be Christian and claiming to be this, that, and the other. I'm still out here. I'm still putting in work. I still go out. I still live life. I still go to the clubs. I still go to parties. I still go to events. I still go to concerts. You know, the stuff that heathens and sinners do, I still do it. And I'm like, by me doing this, and then on a Sunday I might be out riding or what have you, I'm looking on Facebook, what have you, I'm watching videos or what have you, of people that's going to church, especially women. I'm looking at Facebook on women to my church flow. I'm looking at Facebook about women, of women taking pictures in church. I'm looking at videos of women in church. We talking about women now. When it comes to my reason nowadays, not wanting to go to church no more. Not setting foot in there. And I know it ain't all churches. And it ain't all women. But by me being in the club and then seeing the modern day church folk, I'm like, when I'm in the club on a Saturday night, I'm already in church then. Because it's the same atmosphere, same environment, same people. When I'm at a club on a Saturday night, the way the women looking in there, the way the women dressing in there, is the same women I see, the same dressing, the same carrying on as I see them on Sunday to my church floor. They looking the same as they look in the club. The modern day church is the modern nightclub. A lot of churches you go to nowadays, you can't tell the women apart from the club women. Church is supposed to come from out of the world. Not today. Church is trying to be a part of the world. Church is a part of the world instead of coming from out of the world. Church is not providing a place for people that's in the world to come out of the world. People that are in the world, if they go to church, they're going right back in the world again. Yeah. They're just pretending that they're not of the world. But people with common sense, realistic people, logical people, we're not fooled by your shenanigans. So don't invite me to your church. Church is the modern nightclub. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, church is the modern nightclub, in my view. It's just Big War's opinion. It's not fact. This ain't, hold on. Yeah, that's my load right there. Again, y'all, I had to move the truck. So here we are. This is my last time moving this truck because I'm almost done with this video. So again, when I look on Facebook, YouTube, if I pass by church on Sunday morning going to get me something to eat, or I might be just leaving somebody's house, you know what I mean? What have you, I pass by the church, I see the women going in. And it gives me flashbacks of when I was at the club last night, because the women going to the church look like the women that was in the club last night. As far as the way they dress, BBLs everywhere, tight clothes, tight dresses, short skirts. No moderate dressing anymore in church from women. And you can't say nothing about it. If you say something about it, you can't judge me. Well, so I ain't got time for it. I'm not going to participate in that. The people in the church nowadays, I can't say all, I don't know all. The ones I don't know no Christians or church folk that actually live by the Bible. They ain't doing a damn thing the Bible say do.
Yeah.
I know I ain't supposed to judge, and I ain't judging. I'm calling out reality and facts and why I don't go to church. Responding to some people that just invited me to church again, why I ain't going. So I know you're supposed to go to church as a sinner, needing God, needing to be delivered. But you ain't supposed to be that 10 years later and you still the same way you were when you went in there. Somewhere you supposed to change. You supposed to get delivered. You supposed to get healed. Don't you? A lot of y'all been going to church 20, 30 all your life and still out here living amongst me doing the same stuff I'm doing. Ain't changed nothing. Why would I go in there with y'all and go to hell when I can stay out here and go to hell and just do what the hell I want to do? Because that's what y'all doing anyway. What's going on in the church right now, I know firsthand. Because some of my biggest freaks throughout my life was church girls, pastors' daughters.
Yeah.
I've dealt with a lot of women in relationships or married that was faithful churchgoers. And they'll tell me about their girlfriends that's cheating on their husbands. With the deacon, with the pastor, with the church members, with one of the choir members. Everything that's going on out here in the world is going on in the church on a regular basis. Ain't nothing changing, ain't no different. Call me judging, whatever you want to call me. All I'm telling you is, stop inviting me to church. I go to church when I go to the club on a Saturday night. I'm in church then. Got the same shit. If you go to a club on a Saturday night, you in a modern day church nowadays. Same shit, same people, well, maybe not the same people, same type of people. The women gonna be dressed the same. The women gonna go into church looking like they finna go to the club. And you can't say nothing about it, it's okay. So therefore, I'm not gonna be bothered with that. Church is the modern nightclub. It is what it is. I'm not the only one that see this. Church people might come at me, big boy, you can't judge. I ain't judging, I'm telling you what I see. Judging would be me saying, y'all going to hell. That's judging. I'm not passing no judgment on you, no punishment. I'm saying what I see. I see women in the church looking like the women in the club. A lot of times it be the same women. I see women that go to church, men that go to church every Sunday. Go to Bible study, every Bible study. And doing the same shit as people that ain't stepping foot in the church. Something ain't right with that picture. So therefore, if I don't see your life no better and no different than mine, why am I going? Why are you inviting me? Why are you inviting me to come in there just to do the same thing I'm already doing if I don't go? If going in there like I did in 95 and 96, if going in that church ain't making my life no better, ain't helping to make me a better person, what's the point of me going? Why are you going? Is what I want to know. Why are y'all going to church? I'm talking to the people that was cheating with me on their husbands. Why are you in church every Sunday? And then run me down. And don't even run your own husband down. Explain that one to me. I'm waiting. So again, before y'all come at me, big boy, that ain't all church. You need to come to my church. No! Get it, got it, good. Bye.
Jesus. Looks like he had it with church. I don't blame him. Church can be a real bitch. I mean, when I started getting converted, I didn't go to a big church. I went to a small church with just like 25 people at the most. It was very small. The pastor and his family were really nice. Everybody was really welcoming. And he's there's these pastors that God will use to start a church, and that's the pastor that was there, and then his son-in-law became the new pastor, and he's more like the pastor of a large church, more political. The small churches weren't very political. There weren't enough people to even worry about being political. But the large church, man, oh man, I mean, I got denied by a pastor, and then I had to lodge a complaint against him. Then the Lord got rid of him because he thought he was there on his own merit. He's there to serve the Lord. When you get a paycheck or you don't get a paycheck, you're there to serve the Lord. You understand? Whether you get a paycheck from the church or not, whether you're just there to contribute or not, you're there to serve the Lord. You're not there to serve yourself. You're not there to serve your own self-interests. And this guy was living high on the hog off the church, and they wouldn't even talk about what he was doing. Whatever it was, whatever happened, I honestly don't know. They wouldn't even tell me. But whatever happened, he was out of there. And I complained because it was wrong. What he did was wrong. You're not supposed to do that. Listen to me. You're an anointed man of God. You have a responsibility to at least try. All I asked for was 5 minutes. I just asked for 5 minutes. I know he didn't know me. He probably didn't like me or think much of me. But he could have afforded me 5 minutes. The Lord still provided through him, but the guy was stubborn about it. So after a while, you just throw in the towel and that sort of shit, and you just do other stuff. Now, this is another word video. Let's see, this is a longer one. America has become the weakest country on the planet. Yeah, because of the parasitism and the budget that's never been balanced for who knows how long. This political nonsense has pretty much run the country into the ground. But like I said, and I'll say it again, I don't own America. I have no say-so in what happens here. Just because you're an American and you have the right to vote, that doesn't give you any real power or authority in the world. The only power and authority is position and money. That's it. Position and money in the world. Now, you can go spiritual and you can say the power of prayer, but man, oh man, God Almighty himself better anoint you to do a particular position. For real. So anyway, here we go. America has become the weakest country. Big war!
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Today, it's still Tuesday, August 20th, 2024. I am back with another episode. Thank y'all for tuning in. As always, I appreciate it. And I'm on my way to the gym, right? And I was thinking throughout the day. I had watched thank y'all for tuning in, if I didn't say that. I don't know, my mind wanders. Y'all got a lot on my mind about what we got going on right now. Sometimes I let it bother me, sometimes I don't. This time it's bothering me. Just one of them times. So I'm going to share it with y'all, what's bothering me. I was watching a video yesterday from a guy by the name of Minister Jeff. Y'all know who he is. He's been on here a minute. I've been watching him for years. Before I even started the channel, years before I even thought about starting a YouTube channel, he was on YouTube. I've been watching him at least 3-4 years, minimum. And I started watching him around the time I started watching AMS when I was going through my divorce. And he made some videos, AMS made some videos, helped me actually get through my divorce, what happened, because I was like, doing that, it was rough. But anyway, so I watched the video of his yesterday. He's from Chicago. Well, I don't know if he's from Chicago, but he lives in Chicago, and he stopped by the DNC convention yesterday, and he was filming from the convention outside where the protest is supposed to be, right? And the people he was filming and was showing the type of people that show up for a Democratic convention, it had me like, damn. These are the people we're supposed to go to war with if something happened. That's the same thing he said. Because you had weirdo over here, weirdo over there, there's a weirdo, there's a weirdo, everywhere you look, there's a weirdo. Old MacDonald had a farm. Weirdos, as far as the eyes can see, at the Democratic National Convention. Now, to my black people that's still Democrat, the majority of the Democrat platform, y'all don't even know nothing about. Y'all ain't with the Democrats for that. Y'all don't support all the other stuff. A lot of y'all there just because you think the other party is racist. So you stick with the Democrat because you think the Republicans racist. You hate Trump. He said this. Have you heard about Project 2025? That type of stuff. But overall, my black people, if you knew the depth of how deep that Democrat Party goes, y'all won't research, you won't check it out for yourself. But if you just look and open your eyes, black people, we ain't down with them Democrats down with. The majority of black people that are still Democrats, like how I was, blind to everything else that the Democrats stand for. I don't know no black people. I know a lot of Democrats. I don't know none of them that feel like a man should be competing in women's sports. I don't know one black person, and my sister, diehard Democrat, cousin, family members, Democrat, everybody I know that's black. I know a few independent black people. I don't know no black Republicans. I know a few independent. I'm independent. I don't know no black Republicans, but I know some black independents and the rest Democrats. And I guarantee you, none of the black Democrats I know are down for a man competing in women's sports. But they don't understand that that's what their party stand for. That's what the Democrats are for. I don't know no black people that's still Democrats. That's okay with an 8-year-old being able to have a sex change. I don't know no black people down with that. But that's what the Democrat Party stands for. You follow me? So as I was watching Minister Japp's video yesterday at the Democratic National Convention, protests everywhere, you had people out there that were Democrats saying they prefer to be communist, socialist. They don't like what we have here. They Democrats, but they don't like democracy. They don't like us being a republic. They would rather be, I heard people out there with they vote Harris, Kamala Harris shirts on, vote blue, this, that, and the other. I heard them say out their own mouth, if they had it their way, we would be communists. That's what the overall Democrat mindset voter is. But the black people, we're not down with that. But my people perish for lack of knowledge. Because most of us, including myself, not hip to all the other stuff that the Democrats are hiding from us. See, black people, there's a lot that the Democrat Party stand for that you're not with. Because I'm black, and I know the majority of my black folks ain't with that bullshit with them Democrat folks. I know you're not, but you just don't know. Because it's like the Bible, like church. When you go to church, the pastor don't preach about everything in the Bible. There's a lot of stuff in that Bible y'all don't know about. And if you knew about it, you'll be looking at the pastor side-eye. You'll be looking at your religion side-eye. You'll be looking at church. You ain't going to be sure about it. There's a lot in that Bible that a lot of you religious folks don't know about because you ain't never read it. With black people, same thing with your Democrat Party. It's a lot about that party that y'all don't know about. And you supporting it, not knowing how filthy and foul and dangerous they are. I saw Democrats yesterday on that video saying they prefer communism if he had his way. If he had his way, there would be no millionaire. So therefore, whether you're a millionaire or not, I strive to be one. You strive to be one. At least that's a goal you can have. You can at least try to work hard. Whether you achieve it or not, at least you got a ceiling you can get to. You got people out there in the Democrat Party that don't want you to have that. Don't want no millionaire, don't want no wealthy people. They imagine working your ass off and you don't reap the benefits from it. You don't get nothing but a roof over your head and something to eat, which the government determine what that's going to be. How much, where you going to live, how much you going to eat, what you going to wear. The government dictates all that. That's what a lot of Democrats want. Communism, Marxism, all that type stuff. They don't want the free market. Because they broke and can't get nothing, they don't want nobody else to have nothing. They want the government to make it even. A lot of people in the Democrat Party want the government to make everything even. If you rich, they want the government to take your money from you so you'll be poor like them. Instead of bringing them up, they want you to come down. They don't want no millionaire. Not saying they don't want to be there. They ain't say nothing about I wish there was a way where I can become a millionaire too. I want the government to make it easier for me to become a millionaire. No, they ain't say that. They want the government to get rid of all millionaires. That's how warped they are. They don't want to be millionaires. They just don't want you to be one. They don't think you should be a billionaire. They not, cause me personally, I don't hate millionaires and billionaires. I want to be one. These particular people in the Democrat Party, they don't want to be millionaires and billionaires, and they don't think you should be one either. Because they say so. That's the Democrat, a lot of the Democrat platform that my black people and a lot of people don't know about. The Democrat Party is down low, Marxist, a lot of y'all don't even know what Marxist is, communist, socialist, Bernie Sanders, socialist. When most black people that I know believe in working hard, working for what you want, earning your own way, not begging, not sitting around waiting on a handout, waiting on nobody to take care of us. Most of the black people I know, that's how we are. Now that's what the Democrats about, so I don't get it. So it brought me, as I was watching that video again, it made me think. I'm gonna rub some people the wrong way. Don't take it the wrong way. I'm gonna tell you what I mean. When I say America has become the weakest country on the planet. A lot of us don't know it yet, because ain't nothing came to test our strength yet. If we have one big test of strength right now, if somebody rise up against America, we done. We couldn't even do nothing with Afghanistan. We couldn't do nothing with Iraq. It's supposed to be the most powerful military in the world, and we still end up having to leave and ain't get things the way we wanted it. Y'all remember the old Babylon, how Babylon has fallen? I told y'all this is the modern day Babylon. And before Babylon fell, it became weak. Strong Babylon didn't fall. No strong empire. Every empire before America has fallen. But none of them fell while they were strong. They became weak first and then crumbled. The foundation became weak. That's where we are now as America. Our foundation is weak now. As a nation, we're weak now. We're run by a bunch of weak people. Strength, masculinity, manhood, feminism, not feminism, feminine women are looked down upon. Feminine women, because this is necessary for a strong society. In order to have a strong nation, strong country, strong tribe, whatever you want to call it, you have to have a feminine woman and a masculine man for that thing to work. They serve a purpose. The woman and the man, the yin and the yang, we feed off each other. We need each other. If we ain't vibing and clicking like we supposed to, your nation, your country becomes weak. In America, the woman and the man are not vibing. So therefore, we're getting weaker and weaker right up under our nose, and we ain't paying attention to it. And we ain't gonna realize how weak we become until we are truly attacked by another power, not no little weak country, not Mexico. If we come up against Russia, China, anywhere like that, when once upon a time we would have wiped them out, not no more. We have millions of people in this country that want to take your guns away from you, don't want us to have guns. Whenever you have a shooting, a mass shooting, some idiot going there, instead of dealing with the mental health issue, they want to take your gun. When somebody that go in and shoot up a school, it ain't because we got AR-15s at the school that get shot up. It's because we got some mentally ill people running around here loose. When they should be somewhere in a home, in a mental institution that we didn't shut down. But the Democrats, the liberal, want to blame the gun instead of addressing the real problem. I grew up during a time we didn't have no mass shooting, no school shooting. And I can go at Murphy High School, spending them white boy, them country boy, them hunting boy, they hunt, whatever. On any given day, you can walk outside, PE or whatever, going home on where the cars parked at school. Those who had cars that could drive to school, which was a lot of time the white folk. The white boy had hunting rifles and everything all in the window. 30-06s, 30-30, all types of guns. At school, there's nobody breaking that, steal them, nothing. But the guns, what I'm saying, it's been high-powered rifles, machine gun, that shit been around. But we have a bunch of crazy-ass folks running around here with the gun. It wasn't a gun. We've been had assault rifles. We've been had all that type of shit. I used to see guys at school, and we ain't think nothing of it. If I walk past a truck, one of them pickup truck, one of them white boys, even with the rubber flag on the truck, we ain't care. General Lee had a rubber flag on. I ain't know I'm supposed to be offended. Now I found out later on, I'm supposed to be offended by the rubber flag. But anyway. So we could pass by pickup trucks at Murphy High School with the rubber flag on it, rifles all in the window. Ain't thought twice about, damn, we need to be careful somebody might come shoot the school. We ain't thought twice about nothing like that. Guns been around. School shooting, mass shooting happen. Assault rifles, AKs, AR-15s, all them guns been around. School shooting wasn't. What's different now than it was then? More nuts running loose. The liberal policy shutting down the mental institution. For whatever reason, I don't know, where you feel like you need to allow somebody to talk to themselves to be able to roam around on the street amongst everyday citizens. Who think that's a good idea? To have people that talk to themselves, who seeing Martians and shit, walking around in society with everybody else. Who thought that was a good idea? Them goddamn Democrats. So therefore, that's where your school mass shootings coming from. Not the gun. The joker with the gun need to be somewhere in a mental institution before he even got the gun. Now, these same people want to take the gun away from the law-abiding citizen who ain't out here shooting up no school.
Seems like looking to protect
who
yourself.
Go to work every day and provide and pay for their family and take care of their family. You want to take my gun from them. That's how weak we become as a nation. We're being led by people like that. These are all leaders. Want to take your gun. Like it ain't necessary for us to have guns, like everybody to be armed. Like the military is enough. If we invade it, then the military gonna be everywhere on American soil to defend all of us. We have assault rifles and rifles like that for a reason. It ain't just for self-defense against Americans. See somebody breaking in your house. We can be invaded at any day. Is our military big enough to cover the whole United States? Your house, my house, his house. No, we need to be able to go out and fight too. If Russia or China, somebody invade, we can't sit up in the house. I hope the army of the Marines come. Look at all them Russians out there. Look at all them Chinese out there, the military. We locked them in the house with no guns. Because the Democrat liberals said we don't need no AR-15. You don't need no assault rifle. Because some lunatic shot up a school, which that lunatic should have been in a mental institution to begin with. I got hot, AR, you know what I'm saying? I ain't shooting up no school. I ain't thought about it. I got it just in case. When the shit pop off, I'm ready. That's what I got it for. I ain't trying to shoot up no school. That ain't why I got 100-round drums and all that type of shit. So, a school, if I look up in that sky and see parachute coming down with red sickles on it, or whatever China emblem is, or Russian emblem is, I'm finna go get that thing. And we finna go at it. But we live in a country where millions of people don't want you to be able to do that. They think it's, no, AOC, Alexandria, Miss Crockett, all that. She gave a great speech. That's the DNC. Bunch of lunatics. Bunch of liberal, weirdo lunatics. The liberal mindset. Liberalism is a mental disorder. Those people are weird. The liberal says it's okay if a man got his wood cut off for him to go fight and compete against natural born women like he ain't still cockstrong cause his wood gone. Like his DNA, like you can take all the hormones you want. Your DNA is still your DNA. Whatever you were born as, that's what the F you are. Ain't no man walking around this planet can change that. Whatever God made you, that's what you are. Your chromosomes and all that shit, I don't care how many hormones you take, you still a man. And you ain't got no business in no boxing ring with a woman. But the Democrats say that's fine. The liberals say that's fine. An 8-year-old ain't got no business making no decisions about whether he a boy or girl. Having no damn surgery. A 9-year-old, because you got 9-year-olds that can get pregnant nowadays with the hormones and the food, they already on their cycle. At 9, 10 years old, already got bread. Y'all see it. 9, 10-year-old girl already on their cycle. That's not normal, but it's what the time we living in. And if she on her cycle, she can become pregnant if she has a cycle. So now we got laws that a 9 or 10-year-old can be pregnant and nobody has to tell the parent. We got people out here that's running our country while other countries and nations around the world watching us. We over here bickering and fighting about a woman having the ability to kill her babies. That's a big issue to us. Other nations looking at America, them fools over there fighting over, they're bickering back and forth amongst each other about being able for a woman to kill her baby. That's what's important to the Americans. That's my Russian accent. The Americans want to kill the kids. The Americans want to kill babies before they're born. They watching us, licking their chops. Because we over here fighting about, should a woman be able to kill her unborn child? That's what's important to the American people now. Millions of us feel like you should be able to kill your baby if you want to. If you feel like it. Nothing to do with health. You wasn't raped. None of that. It's just, hey, I changed my mind. I don't want to be pregnant. Or I didn't intend to get pregnant. We were screwing, but I didn't intend to get pregnant. Kill it. And other superpowers of strong, powerful countries around the world that's fighting for their life right now. Strong. They still strong. They still having to get out the mud. They still fighting for survival around the country while we over here playing. We over here playing. We over here fighting for men to have the right to go in the women's bathroom. That was important to us. The American electorate. Millions of Americans, the millions of them. You got millions of conservatives, but you also got millions of liberals, millions of Democrats. And they platform, they over here fighting. We bickering amongst each other, conservatives bickering amongst Democrats, because this group over here feel like a man, if he think he's a woman, should be able to go in a woman's bathroom. A man, if he feel like he's a woman, should be able to get in a boxing ring with women. Wrestle women. If he feels like he's a woman. We over here in the country that's fighting up for a woman who feels like she's a man to get in a boxing ring with men and get knocked out in 30 seconds. A transgender woman, man, she went from woman to man. Hanging out with me because it's confusing. Transgender man, she transitioned from a woman to a man. Now she a man now. She got a wood and everything. I don't know if it get up or not, but she got one. So she thinks she really a man. Got in the boxing ring with a man, because she classified as a man now. 30 second first round, out of here. One of the most brutal knockouts you'll ever see. That's what we fighting over here amongst each other. While the other countries, Russia and all of them, they fighting for survival. They fighting for their power back. They fighting for their strength back in the world, their place back on top. We over here bitching about killing babies. We over here arguing about an 8-year-old can decide whether he's a boy or girl. That was important to Americans now. And worshiping and idolizing celebrities. We some celebrity worshipers, idolizers. That's what we do. What the latest celebrity doing? While Russia and China are trying to take over the world, we over here worried about Kim Kardashian and shit. The Real Housewives of such and such. That's what we doing. We got kids that don't even go outside and play no more. Don't ride bicycles or nothing. Just TikToking and shit. Don't even have fights no more. Don't even do fights. If anything, they're just shooting each other. But I guarantee if we invaded, them same killers gonna run their ass in the house. Mama! Let them Russians come over this bitch and see what them boys in old block gonna do then. When Vladimir and all them boys drop out the sky. Some real killers. Let's see what old block in Chicago do then. What them boys gonna do. Lil Durk and all them boys. Cause it's coming. They're coming up our soft ass. And we gonna still be over here bickering and arguing. Men walking around with pink hair. That's what I saw the DNC yesterday on Minister Jap video. Men with pink and green hair. Men talking about they prefer communism, but they're Democrat. A woman should have the right to choose and all that bullshit. Like a woman ain't got the right to choose whether or not. We letting women become men. How she ain't got the right to choose what she want to do with her body? This ain't about her body. It's all about killing babies and killing babies only. Murder, nothing else. A woman could be a man if she wants to. She could slice her breasts out. She can do whatever she want to do with her body. But y'all want to disguise it. That demonic, satanic ass shit y'all doing. Y'all want to disguise that as y'all rights. You have a right to be demonic, satanic. Kill your own flesh.
Yep.
Your own flesh and blood. Kill it.
Yeah, a lot of stuff
And
is
under the
satanic
guise-
and demonic. A lot.
We're trying to control what you do with your
Even this
body.
video games.
But at the same time, you're in a country where you have the freedom to change from a woman to a man. How that trying not to control your body? What you do with your body? The freedom to choose. It don't get more freedom than that. You can go from a woman to a man. But soon as they say something about, hey, you can't kill, you can't commit murder, that baby growing inside of you, a human being, that's murder. You trying to control what I do with my body? I ain't, man, the hell with y'all. Conservatives. Real men, real women who figure this shit out, that see what's going on. When the shit pop off, pay attention to all the people that claim to be Democrat right now. All them people that fighting for that bullshit right now, remember them. Take a photo in your head of who they remember. I remember a lot. I remember. You know, I see on Facebook and where I see them, I'm gonna remember y'all. When the shit pop off, I'm not fucking with you. Don't ask me for no help. I'm not fighting with you. You on your own. Damn y'all, stupid ass. You on your own. Liberal, Democrat. When it really pop off, go be with her. Don't come over here where I got my gear, my stuff that I prepared for. I prepared for when they come out the sky. Y'all thought we was crazy. Now look at you over there. Ow! 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 They shooting! Ow! Look at you now, liberal. That didn't want us to have no gun. Now you ain't got now. Now you ain't got no gun. And here come Vladimir Putin them come climbing down the water tower. Remember them folks, y'all. All of us that are preparing and getting ready now, remember their ass. And when the shit hit the fan, don't come to their rescue. F them. Did it, got it good. Bye.
Man, oh man. I gotta start getting ready for work because it's early morning and all that, but damn, that's a good one. Thank you, Big Ward. Oh boy. Jeez, never disappointed, man. Never disappointed. Let's see, it's 7:30. Thumbs up, Big Ward. The next
Good
one I
morning.
wanted to do was this one, but it's 25 minutes and I just don't have the time. I got to go do some stuff. So we'll go ahead and let it go here. I'll save this for next time. And there we go. Just quick save it there. The witch I need to kill is down there somewhere. So I'm just she's like right there somewhere. So anyway, we'll go ahead and end the video here. Yeah. This people, if this country ever got invaded by an actual army, like an overwhelmingly large army, it would be able to repel an army because it's an army, right? We have military bases of all kinds everywhere. Air Force, I mean, they would have to make it past every fucking Air Force you could imagine. You know, every what was that? Every kind of armed forces. I'm sorry. Sleepy. They would have to make it past all the armed forces that we have in this country in order to do any real damage to us. Or they would just have to nuke us, you know, to do anything serious. But they're not, because they're all working for the same company. That's why we never had a nuclear war. It'd be like if you have multiple companies and they're all owned by the same main company, why would one company attack another company if they're owned by the same people? So that's the only reason we never had a nuclear war, besides the fact that it would just devastate the planet. A real nuclear war will just destroy the planet. There'd be nothing left. And why would they do that? That would spoil their fun. So, that's why we should just hang in there and see what happens. Live your life. Just live your fucking life, no matter what political opinion. Like right now, he's talking about the guns and if you don't have a gun, you can't defend yourself. If they had their way, nobody would have guns except police officers, and the police officers are no different than anybody else. They'll abuse their authority. You know how many videos I see on a daily basis of police officers shitting on the Constitution, putting corporate procedure before the Constitution? They don't do their work. They don't do it right. Some of them do, I'm sure. If a cop says, well, I respect your freedom of speech and I'm going to let you say and do what you want, then that's a cop that respects the Constitution. Now, if you're being abusive and you're being belligerent and you're running around taking a shit on people and spitting on people and all that, that's a form of assault and harassment. So you really don't want to be doing that in front of a cop. A cop's there to maintain the peace. They are not there to put up with your nonsense. And that's why, in some cases the cops are going to be right. And in some cases the cops will overstep their authority. However they choose to perceive that, and they'll be in the wrong. It just depends on the situation. You can't pigeonhole everything into one methodology. It's just it's a case-by-case basis. That's all. So anyway, that's why, they want to take away your guns. Well, the thing is, they can do that. The Constitution, they could have shredded that thing a long time ago. It's just that people have such a powerful faith in it, they don't. Like the Bible, they have such powerful faith in the Bible. They could have shredded it a long time ago if they wanted to. But that's what they use as a basis to make their churches, to make their spiritual infrastructure. So they can't shred it. Company's not going to attack another company if they're owned by the same people. All these wars are sanctioned. Every war is sanctioned. Very few conflicts are not. And they're easily and quickly rectified by the military forces that keep this nation at peace. So I'm thankful. Like, my mom was a Marine. She was a monster, but she was also a Marine. And she was willing to die for this country, and she loved this country. She really did. She put the flag up, and, she didn't get into her military career because she wasn't, that kind of person. She doesn't talk about that stuff. But you know what I mean. She cared. And there's a lot of people in the military and a lot of police that do care. It's just that they're stuck with procedures made by companies that put their own needs in front of the needs of the people and the Constitution. So just kind of sad. Anyway, I got to get going here. It's been about an hour and 3 minutes. I'm glad we got to hear a couple of big words. I was falling behind there. And thank you for watching. You take care. Bye-bye.